Hey all, here OSMVTXReads.com. You're watching our video unboxing of the Versio Aquarius. This is a GSM unlocked smartphone that is actually produced in, I believe, in China. And the interesting thing about this device, it has a dual SIM card slot in the back, so you can put in 2 SIM cards. Again, it's GSM, it supports 3G bands, and it also has Wi-Fi and as well as Bluetooth connectivity, so you have a lot of wireless options. It's extremely inexpensive and comes at a retail value of around $80, which is pretty cheap already for an unlocked smartphone device. It's brand new in the box, which we'll see in a second, and it comes in a lot of different interesting colors like Twitter blue and all of these unique little names. There's also a official website you can take a look at. On top of that, however, we have to say that because the Versio Aquarius is very similar when I looked at the pictures to what I think is an iPhone. I think this is actually quite similar to a cheap and generic iPhone clone, but I'm not exactly sure because it does have an official name and quite a lot of advertising going on, which is not that typical. When you find it in a typical iPhone clone, you tend to think that they don't spend that much money on advertising because it's cheap. Well, there has been a lot of content of this on the web, so we are excited to take a look at it. Again, we're not huge fans of clones because they tend to not work as well as original devices do, but we're wondering if this is going to be an exception. Interestingly, this device is now on sale on eBay as well as on Amazon.com, and you can purchase this device for under $20. In fact, there is one link which I will provide you in the descriptions below that is selling a unlocked, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, dual SIM Versio Aquarius, brand new in the box, shipped to you for free to your door, fast delivery for $9.99 without any shipping fee. So that's extremely cheap for a Wi-Fi based smartphone that is also a touch-sensitive phone with a 3.5-inch screen, regardless if the device is a great iPhone clone or if it doesn't work as well as it's advertised. As just a backup phone in general, I think this is an extremely cheap price, and it's definitely a blowout style price. So we're excited to take a look at what's in the box. So in here, we have generic yellow tape. This device, I think, is shipped from California. And let's take a look. So indeed, inside, we have what looks like the phone box itself, and that's pretty much it. So in here we just have a generic cardboard box. It says phone signals a guarantee smooth talk. Seems like they probably just put that in Google Translate and hope for the best, and that's kind of funny. Signal is a guarantee smooth talk. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, it has dialogue, message, music, video, record network, photo, data transmission. So you do get the idea that this isn't a very expensive high-end device, but still it has Wi-Fi. Again, it has dual SIM cards, and for the money, especially you can get this for $10. It's kind of a extreme deal. You can't even find this, I think, on Black Friday. So in the back here, let's try and read if there's going to be more humorous content. It says, a mobile phone, because obviously that's what you need to have in the back of a phone box. A mobile phone or mobile is an electronic device used for mobile telecommunications, mobile telephone, text messaging, or data transmission over a cellular network of specialized base stations known as cell sites. Mobile phones offer from cordless telephones, which only offer telephone service within limited range, e.g. within a home or an office, though a fixed line and base station owned by the subscriber, and also from satellite phones and radio telephones. As opposed to a radio telephone, a cell phone options full duplex communication, automates calling and to paging from a public land mobile network, PLMN, and handover during a phone call when the user moves using one cell base station coverage area to another. Most current cell phones connect to a cellular network operator. In addition to the standard voice function, current mobile phones may support many additional services and accessories, such as SMS for text messaging, email, packet switching for access to the internet, gaming, Bluetooth, infrared, camera with video recorder for MMS and sending and receiving photos and video, MP3 player, radio, and GPS. The International Telecommunication Union estimated that mobile cellular subscriptions worldwide would reach approximately 4.6 billion by the end of 2009. Mobile phones have gained increased importance in the sector of information and communication technologies for development in the 2000s and have effectively started to reach the bottom of the economic pyramid. So actually, that wasn't as badly written in Chinese and translated as I thought it would be. But it's still kind of funny because to have something that seems like it's page right out of Wikipedia about a mobile phone put on here, like someone could do a report on this. But interesting design. It just says phone, and there's nothing about the actual device on here. Dialogue, data exchange, video. It doesn't even say that it has dual SIM cards or Wi-Fi, which it does. So generic box. Let's take out the tape. Okay, Open it inside, and right on the top here we have the phone itself, which we will take a look at in a second. It says Versio. Take a look, we have the white version, and underneath all of this packaging we have a tab for us to pull out, and inside we have what is the earphones themselves. They're black, kind of generic, kind of cheap feeling. There is a clip, and there is only one, there's two ear holes, so it's a stereo earbuds that you can use to listen to music to, which is kind of nice. It's included in the box for such a cheap device. 3.5mm jack. On the other side, we do have a push-to-talk key for answering phone calls. There also is a microphone, so you can actually call people using this headset, which is kind of interesting. On the side here, we do have a USB US mains adapter. You can also get it for European countries. They provide you with different adapters depending on where you live, which is also nice. So you don't have to worry about converting the charger in your specific region around the world. So again, very generic charger, just USB 2.0. You can use it to charge basically anything. LED indicator light to tell you when the device is fully charged. In here we have two batteries, which is interesting. We have the charger itself, which plugs in, also dubs as a computer cable. So you can connect the phone to your computer to sync information and videos and content, and it charges via a standard micro USB 2.0 port. And again, the other side just connects over here, and you are ready to go to start charging this phone up to the wall. Over here, again, we have two batteries, which is kind of interesting. It's interesting because, you know, two batteries is always, in my opinion, better than one, but it also is a little bit dubious because it might mean the device has horrible battery life and they have to use two batteries to compensate for one, which is not that great. It has a 3.7 volt, 1000 milliamp hour capacity, however, which is actually quite large. In my opinion, it's actually very light, so I can definitely see this device not, you know, the battery not holding too much of a charge though. So it is very thin, very small. It's kind of large in terms of the surface area though. It's very slim. Same thing with the other battery. Underneath here, we also have a user manual, which you can see, Versio Aquarius 600. It's printed in black and white. Of course, there's probably going to be more humorous bad translations in here, but we won't have time to go through all that at the moment, unfortunately. But it tells you how to save photos, multimedia, and browse the web, probably, and how to lock SIM cards. Thank you for purchasing our products. And underneath here, we have what is a certification, which is interesting because it says qualified. And that's pretty much it. There isn't a manufacture date, which is interesting. And this is a Chinese, I don't even know what this is. This looks like it's a laboratory's notice of authorization to apply the UL mark, which is interesting. So probably just telling that this device has passed the export checks because it's been imported from China probably, which is interesting. And that's pretty much it. So let's take all of this to the side and take a quick look at the phone itself. And we'll take just one battery. Hopefully there's a charge. If there isn't, we're going to come back with our full review in a few days, and you can check that out if you want to check out more information about the phone. So here it is, the phone itself. And we have the white version. It's carefully packaged in multiple layers of protective wear. It's actually quite heavy, which is interesting because I'd expect nothing to be in here except for the phone, but there isn't even the battery in there, so I'm a little bit concerned why it's so heavy. So there you go, this is the phone itself. Again, it's quite similar in terms of footprint to the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S. I'm going to actually take an iPhone 4S over here for comparison's sake. Again, I think this can be considered in some ways to be an iPhone 4S clone, but not exactly. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio clone, obviously. This is an iPhone 4S, and you can see that as far as size differences are concerned, very, very similar. It is slightly thicker. We have a case on the iPhone 4S right now, but it's also plasticky because it has a removable back cover instead of a fixed one, and this device also uses a resistive touchscreen instead of a capacitive one. But again, at $10, no one's really complaining. Top here features a 2-megapixel camera. I believe it's fixed focus. There's Versio logo. Try just, taking out this, and you can see you have 2 SIM cards in here, and there also is a micro SD card slot that's included. That's kind of nice. You have what I believe there's a 2GB micro SD card pre-packaged in here, which is kind of neat. Wow, you can't even get a 2GB card for $10, so this is extremely worthwhile just for the card if you want to get something like that. 2 SIM cards in here, just put in the battery like so. and I believe you can start using it. So the benefits of having a dual SIM card phone is obviously you can switch back and forth. For example, in the US, you can get T-Mobile and AT&T, and you can switch back and forth between two numbers for work and for home, so that's a benefit. The top device features a 3.5mm headphone jack. Actually, that is a 2.5mm headphone jack, so it's a non-standard headphone jack, which is why they included the adapter, probably, the headphone in the box. There also is what looks like the micro USB for charging. There's the power on and off key. On the side here is also a stylus for the resistive touchscreen, which is nice that it's included because it's not obviously a great touchscreen. And there you go. It's a telescopic touchscreen, so it slides up and down, and it's quite large actually for a stylus. It's actually a pretty good stylus, surprisingly. And plastic design all around. Bottom features stereo speakers and a microphone grill, a lanyard cord, and the left-hand side features the two volume rockers and the lock switch. So on the back, again, nothing else. And on the front, just a home button, which is a square instead of a round. So that's a key, kind of giveaway that isn't an iPhone. But again, the button is very similar, which is quite interesting. So if we just press home, that works. On the front here is I think a speaker grill and what looks like a front-facing VGA quality front-facing camera for video chatting applications and for other applications you can download over the web. But this, of course, only supports Java applications, so you don't have an official app store, because unlike most clones that are actually high-end, the Versio Aquarius runs on I think a version of Java OS, so it doesn't have like an Android OS backing it up. So I don't believe you have a full app store, but there are a host of applications built in. And on first, touch, I think it's not that bad of a touchscreen. There's MSN, there's fun and games, video, the camera. Of course, we'll get into this stuff in the review. For now, that's just a quick look at the Versio Aquarius 600 and unboxing. Thanks for watching here, osmvtxreviews.com.